So, welcome everybody. Yeah, when I started this project 2.5 years ago, we were in a place where people were losing their jobs in Turkey because of emergency situation, which also led my partner and me to come here to Berlin. And I have to thank also her for that in a way, of course, because she has been very patient and very supportive of me as well. Her name is Marcus. Here I thought it actually is an important moment to start collecting stories from the people who also left from Turkey, especially the artists, Turkish and Kurdish artists. There have been also journalists and academics, of course, who have supported the peace process like us. And luckily I got this grant from the European Commission, but this is now coming to an end. It's not really a celebration, since now we are in a different place with wartime on European soil and with heavy earthquakes. Of course, that created a death toll that's immense in Turkey and Syria. But nonetheless, I think it is good that we come together, that through art and through culture and through the performing arts, we can share some of our sorrows maybe, and also be in solidarity with people, or people who are still arriving from these places or other places too. So within that context, I thought it would be great to give Mîrza Metîn, a friend of mine for a long time since Turkey, the chance to develop his method under the dramaturgy of fire and Dîwan, which we have been doing the last 2 days. So thank you for that. This space is specifically supportive of the Ukrainian exiled artists and the whole community, but they have been so kind in opening the doors for us. So I hope that it creates some kind of fruitful discussion between the communities and the different artists from different backgrounds and disciplines. So that is great. So I want to thank also Ogala Kreuzberg, and especially Christine Henniger for that. And also her team, especially Lucy, who has been actually running everything behind the stage. So thanks for that. And then I should thank, I think also the university of which I'm part of and the European Commission, but even more the performing arts program people who are here, Christine and Belén. Thank you so much for the cooperation and the trust and the patience.
My name is Belén. I come from the Performing Arts program. We are sure that we are really, really happy to be here and to be able to share this with you. I was really excited as I read the proposal. I can say again from my side especially that we are really, really happy to be here and to be able to do this. So thank you all for being here, and I hope we can enjoy the rest of the day.
Pieter has invited us to cooperate because our program, the Performing Arts program, is actually part of the LAFT, which is the Association of Independent Performing Arts in Berlin. As a structure, the structure was founded in 2009 and has had the goal to support artists, performing artists in Berlin ever since, and to strengthen the community and the networking and so on. And this grew, and the members became more numerous, and at the same time the funding landscape became a bit more confusing but richer in the end. So we felt the need to sort of provide even more consultation and support, a bit more hands-on. We organize events mainly to bring people together, to do network events, to exchange. We organize regular events. We have a monthly program of workshops and info events. Everything at the Performing Arts program is free of charge. It only needs a registration that is entirely free of charge as well. And so, thank you.
So, we can start?
Yeah.
Thank you. Without words, without talking, only think on your body, slowly by slowly. This is main figure of Woven. Woven is the general name of Kurdish traditional dance. And after this workshop, We will talk about Dîwan, what is Dîwan, what is dramaturgy of fire, what is govend, what is language, what is sema, and where comes these exercises. We will talk about them. And faster. Faster. Shoulders are free. Think you're brave. Under the foot. Do it a little big. Shoulders, arms are free. Shoulders. Faster. Think you're brave. Arms and hands and shoulders are free. Feel the ground. Walk faster in small steps. Repeat steps. Bigger. Smaller. Harder. Harder. Feel the pain. Shoulders. Harder. And stop. Feel under your foot. Feel the palm inside of your hand. Think the breath. Listen to each other. Think your knees, think your chest. And slowly start to shake. And big and slow. So slow. down, find your border and go back. And slowly, slowly, slowly go up. And slowly, slowly, slowly go up. Slowly. Take a breath. No. Okay, it's okay. Sit. Take your breath. Last time. One time, take it, and long time, release. Last time. Stomach and diaphragm. Like this. Wait 10 seconds. And then. Okay. Take from noise to the diaphragm and wait 10 seconds. Again. Control your breath. Use your body. Huh!
Which language you want?
Thank you.
Welcome to the Dîwan, to the circle. If that is correct. Do you want me to ask questions, or are you just going to freely talk?
Yeah, firstly, I freely will talk. Firstly, I will freely talk
Yeah.
a little bit,
And then we can ask questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
از پیشی بحثا میمسیس و دیگه سیبکن که جوی داره دیدم دست بکرن مثلا دیوانه و دراماتورژیا ایگر.
I will start with the mimesis, and because my base of the Dîwan is started with the mimesis, so I'm going to start with this.
میمسیس و دیگه سیز.
Diegesis, yeah.
دیگه سیز. شانویا یعنی درامایا کلاسیکیا روجاوای بنیا خواج میمسیسی دگره کو اوجی خود اسپیره پواتیکایا آریستو.
The classical Western theater based on the mimesis, and they are actually coming from the poetica of the Aristo.
و حتی سردما پوست مدرن جی دیگه سیز دوی قاعده خویانا.
Yeah, from this point to the postmodern times, then the diegesis is not appearing on the stage.
چیه میمسیس جبو که بلکی کسی که نزان بن هبن میمسیس تقلیده و دیگه سیز چی وگوتنه.
What does it mimesis and diegesis? Maybe for some people who does not know what does it mean, mimesis somehow is like the acting something, pretending, and diegesis is actually showing. Yeah. And diegesis is to telling, explaining.
حتی سردما پوست مدرن جی دیگه سیز با اوایی که هاتیه دردری کردن یعنی دروی دریا هاتیه اشتم.
Yeah. To all these postmodern time, this diegesis somehow is always out of the stage. I mean, it's out of scope and no one is working on it.
گاوان هیکی خباتیم پلاتونی جی دنیرن پلاتون گلک جارا بحثا دیگه سیجی دکه حتی دولتا کتابا دولتا پلاتونی با اوایی که رخنیا میمسیسه جی جبرکو میمسیسه دردری دکه هنکی به تعلقه دبینه.
Yeah, I mean, Plato also in his book that state he makes the critique of mimesis, and he is saying the mimesis as a danger to the state. So it's somehow like it's not that be seen that much nice.
ام دکارم بیشن دولت یکم رخنه میمسیسه. ام دکارم سا قبول بکن.
At this point, we can maybe accept as the state as the one of the first critics to the mimesis.
از هول بدم با هوایی که کرد بردوام بکم جبرکو مسئله که پر دور دریجه.
I will just try to make it short because I know it's a very complex and long story actually.
دورده تشتی گرینگ داخوازا و گوتنه.
I think the most important point at this issue is that the wish to telling.
او داخواز جکوته
And where come this wish?
جارا یکم مروف لکو کنگی و داخوازا خویا و گوتنی پیکانیه.
How and where for the first time people, human beings, started to wish to tell, explain stuff, and how they found this opportunity to telling.
او سردما پریمیتیف تا مروفین خودچین نیچیره و نیچیره که دینم در دوره آگره تقلیدا و دکن دورده میمسی سه لیبله گلو دیگه سیست دورده تونه یعنی او داخوازا و گوتنی دورده تونه بگلو.
Imagine that the primitive times when the people were going to the hunting and when they bring their hunt besides of this fire and they started to maybe think or speak about this all everything. Do you think that it's only mimesis? Don't you think that maybe there is also something diasis, I mean to telling and explaining?
از ورم سر درامای روجاوایی یا کلاسیک چاواکو دیگه سیدردری کریه به وی هاوی شانویا روش هلاتی جی و شانویا بندستان جی دردری کریه.
I will just come to this issue that how the classical Western drama to, dispose digests, and in this way it also doesn't accept the Eastern way of telling issues, stories, and the Eastern theater.
ترادیسیونا دنگبیجی، ترادیسیونا تعزیه یا ایرانیا چما دروی درامای مایا، دروی درامای روجاوایی مایا.
How it come that the tradition of the laments, tradition of the graving of the Iran, for example, is out of the drama in Western theater.
او خباتشی بگشتی خود سپیره چند کلتورا کردان کو تده چندکی مزنی فیزیکی چندکی مزنی دنگی هست.
Okay. And all this, my work is also based on the Kurdish tradition of telling, explaining, and also using body, making physical movements. My whole work is based on this actually.
دیوان چار پنج معنی دیوانه هیه یک دیوان مکانه وک بجن بازنه که انسان کم دبن هنه که وکی من قالا تشتکی دکن هنه که جگو داریا وی کسی دکن.
Dîwan as a word has 4-5 different meanings. The first one is actually it means that location, and it actually means also a circle that someone may be explaining something and the other people are listeners, they are listening.
And دیوان ترادیسیونه که کردایه کو دنگبیج تدا دنگ دکن دنگبیجی تو انگلیزی ها بیجه دنگبیجی چیه نظام دنگبیج خوره دیوانه که آوا دکن و چیرو که خواه پارو دکن به وی هاوی جی مکانه که آوا دکن مکانه که کو هم دما نهاده بیکته هم جی دما چیرو که ده بیکته.
So I will explain a little bit about Deng-Beş. Deng means voice in Kurdish and Beş means telling. Deng-Beş is the traditional Kurdish storytellers, but when I say storytellers, it's not only a form of sitting somewhere and telling something. It's also a show or as that you are using your voice to with the form of the song and storytelling together. And when Deng-Beş establish the one for himself or herself, then he is or she is actually creating a location, a place for his story, his voice, and this voice and story doesn't happen only at now, it's also about the past and future, because at the same time with this old voice and storytelling, it's somehow a place, a space that you can feel at now, tomorrow and yesterday at the same time.
دیوان ده همان دمه ده برهمه جی راوه دکه یعنی گاوان بحثا دیوانی دکن پیوا دیوانی دکن ادبیات کلاسیکیا کردا ده هونه ببینن گلک برهمنک و ناوی وان دیوانه دیوانا ملای جزری دیوانا احمد خانی دیوان نظام کی
Dîwan at the same time means, I mean, Berhem. When we say Berhem, we mean a collection of work. Then Dîwan means also a collection of works. For example, in Kurdish traditional literature, there are a lot of Dîwans. It means that, for example, a writer or poet who wants to publish all his work at the same book, then it's a Dîwan, a collection of work.
دیوان ده همان دمه ده تیکلیا اجراکر و بینرانجی راودگه
Dîwan at the same time means the relation between the teller and the audience, listener, because it also means that when you say that I establish my Dîwan, it means that you are actually having a relation, connecting with your listeners.
جبركو د دیوان ده هیرارشی تنه یعنی او صحنه کلاسیک ده بلنداهیه که نابرا لیستیکوان اجرا کرده و بینران ده سینوره که هر تم اف سینور دیاره لی دیوان ده اف سینور جی هولی راد به و مکانه که به هیرارشیک در کبه هولی
Yeah, and in classical stage, if you think there is a space, there is a border always between the audience and the theater maker or teller. But with Dîwan, if you think there is no hierarchy between the people, it's always the same together.
دکارم بیجم تماسه که باندوره که فیزیکی و هشی چید بد نابرا اجرا کر و بینرانده
I can say that there is a physical, emotional connect between the teller and listener, or a maker and audience. Actor and audience, yeah.
The دیوان ده سه قناخنه گووند دنگبیجی و آگر
There are three stages of Dîwan: Govend, Dengbej, and Agar. I will also explain a little bit which one is that. Okay, Govend is traditional Kurdish dance. It's a general name for all Kurdish dances. So it's not only one dance.
Normal دیوان ده تنی دنگبیج و چیروکبیج هنه از گووندگر آجیتینم دیوانه سماهگر آجیتینم دیوانه چیروکبیج و دنگبیج آجیتینم دیوانه و آگره کو یکم جار در دوراوی چیروک هاتیه بودن لیستیک هاتیه لیستن و آگره جیتینم دیوان
So the third component of all these actually how I can say work is fire, agar. When we say agar, then Mîrza says that he brings the dancers and dance, the music, the story, and also fire to the Dîwan. He brings all the components at the same place, again to Dîwan.
گووند دانسین گالریا کردانه و تیدا حرکت هیا دنگ هیا نفس هیا ریتم هیا
Okay, Govend is traditional Kurdish dances that there is like the movements, rhythm, music, voice, and also this physical all that you do.
Harmony هیا
There is a harmony between people.
یکتی هیا
Yeah, it's the feeling of being one and togetherness,
حیز هیا
and the power, empowerment.
شکری هیا
Yeah, I mean being one and supporting each other.
شابون هیا
Joy, there is also joy, yeah.
لیستن هیا بگشتی
Playing all about.
هره لو ماجی گووند ده خباتا فیزیکی دیوانه ده جیه که پر گرینگ دگره
That's why Govend is very important component of Dîwan work if you think about in a physical way of doing stuff.
و از گووندا خرا دکم فیگورین بنگهین یه گوونده تینم بردستیکوانا وانا دکم راهنان اگزرسیس و بوان راهنان رند خردن
Okay, I took my basic movements, basic figures from this Govend, and I bring to the stage with the actress and actors to make them use them as a way of playing, acting.
دورده آرمانج اوه کو لاشه انرژیک ایکو خواه جهمو اگوین هشی شوشتیه بینم سر دیوانا شانوی.
Okay, my main idea is that I want to make people, actors, to forget about their personal egos, everything, to be themselves at very natural way and come to the stage.
لاشی انرژیک.
This body of full of energy.
قناخا دویم دنگبیجه کو دنگبیج ترادیسیونا هری گرینگ یا کردانه و بریا دنگ و بیجه هشا دیروکی میتولوژیک یا کردان تینه سر دیوانی.
Okay. So the second component of Dîwan is Deng Beji. I already explained a little bit. Deng is voice, Beji is telling. It's a traditional way of telling stories in a song-like stories, and من جبيت كرجال تابعها وقت كاربيجي.
بدنگو بیجن خو هشه دیروکی هشه میتولوژیک یا جواکی یا فولکلوری تینه سر دیوانی.
Okay, then like the Deng Beji. Yeah, as like the Deng Beji, how they just bring all the memory of the historical memory, mythological memory, everything about being and existence. They bring in on the stage as the same like we are doing this.
همو خباتن دنگو نفسه جلی کولینا بکارانینا دنگو نفسه یا دنگ بیجاتی.
Yeah, all the exercises that we are doing, the thing that about voice, we are actually, I mean, all our techniques coming from the Deng Beji.
جبركو دنگ بیج هم نفسا دیافرامی جیرین و دیافراما جورین جی بکارتینن هر وها قفسا سنگا خوشی پر بخورد بکارتینن.
Okay. Then because Deng Beji, they use their voices from the diaphragm, the up ones and down ones, down diaphragm and up diaphragm, and they also use their voice from the chest, all these throat, so they use all their body actually to produce voice.
و وکالک وانا پر زخم هيا و جلوما جي گلك راهنانا چيكرنا و ام جي وانا جبول استيقوانا چلويجن جهبت قتينا يعني يبسوكم چه دكن و جبول استيقوانا دكن راهنا exercise.
انتخازم باش فهم بكم جبوك از بكاربم بيجم هون دنگ بيج بكارتين دقرقا خدا وانا دينن reconstruction دكن جاردن هزدي وبكارتين جبو الاستيقوانا. اوكي
يعني دنگ بيجي ناكن يعني سر دنگ بيجي ناشغل دنگ بيجي خرا دكن جهبت قتينا ابكن وانا خباتين وانا وجنوبه تشتكي نوابات جبول استيقوانا.
Okay, we are not doing the work of the Deng Beji. We are not trying to imitating them or doing something like them. We are reconstructing their work, their technique of producing voice, and just trying to picking some techniques from them, from Deng Beji, to create our own activities to work on voice and produce voice.
دورده دوی از ببیجم کو دهمان دمیده به دیوان خباته لیستیکوان کرد لیستیکوان کو اسیمیله بونه لیستیکوان کو کولونیزه بونه شیخ و بندا کرنه شیخ وی رسن بندا کرنه باوایی کی سر چند کلتورا خو جنوبت خبده جاردن او میتینگرین کو جکردا دزینه تشتین کو دزینه وانا بشونده هلددن و جاردن دا آفرینه.
It's also about disowning our own way of producing and telling, because many Kurdish actors who are assimilated and they don't know that more about being Kurdish and all these techniques, Deng Beji and everything. This is also a technique to empower them to disown their own voices and traditions and everything and bring it on stage and be their own, have their own mind and create their own theater.
بوی هاوی از ورم قناغ سیمین و بقدینم قناغ سیمین آگره.
And we are gonna come yet now to the third component of Dîwan. It's fire.
و دفرده دیوان و دراماتورجی ایگر دگین هف
You know, at this point, Dîwan and the dramaturgy of the fire is just coming together.
دفرده آگر واتین مینا انرژی هنر آفراندن اجاق راودگه.
Okay. At this point, fire means that the energy, what?
هنر
Oh, energy, art,
آفراندن
creating.
اجاق
How can I say ojak? It's
خانی
the
مال
feel of home and the feeling of actual the feeling of not house, it's home. When I say ojak, I mean that a place that cozy, there's a fire
Cozy.
inside and you feel belong.
و سرخابون برخوادان سرهردان باوری
And also to be a part of something, believing, and also resistance. The power that you say, I'm here, that, and I belong to this.
و داخوازا و گوتنه
And also the wish of to telling something, explaining, connecting with other people.
و داخوازا و گوتنه کو بریا خباتین پراتیکین دیوانی نیزی ترانسه دبن.
And these all works that we are doing with Dîwan, in a way, it's similar to being trans, like you just, it's somehow like in public seal, you feel yourself a part of something bigger.
و او آگر رفرانسا خوش میتولوژیا کردی جروتیل و دین اولین کردی و سیاست و کلتور کردی دیگرن.
Okay. This fire, as a symbol, it actually comes from the Kurdish history, Kurdish mythology, and Kurdish also, I mean, political parties, all rituals, everything that we have done so far.
از جبو هر یکی میناک یکی بدم تاکو بیا فهم کنن.
Yeah, I will give one example for each what I told to make it simpler for you to understand.
جبو میتولوژی هون دکارن کاوای هسنکار بنیرن سر اینترنت چیه؟ تکلیا کاوا هسنکار و ایگر چیه؟
I mean, for mythology, for example, you can search on internet about the Kawai Hesenkar, and then what does it mean, who was he, and everything. Yeah.
کاوای هسنکار کسک جگلی خواه جگلی کرده و آگری دده گلی خواه.
Kawai Hesenkar is a very normal, regular, average person from society, and then when he feels the need, then he just steal the fire and give it to the people.
جلوما جو پرومتیوس گلک جوده. پرومتیوس داوی خدایک جو خدایانه و باوی که سردسته و خدایک آگره خواه یعنی هزا خواه دده انسانه.
I mean, in this point, if you think that it's very different, Kawai Hesenkar is very different from the Prometheus because he is actually one of the gods and he steals the fire from other gods and give the people. Yeah, that's true. But the Kawai Hesenkar, he was an average person, and then he did the same.
گلک روتیل در دور ایگر دا در باز دوایک جوان نوروزه.
There are a lot of rituals, stuff that we are doing around the fire. One of them is Nowruz.
نوروز همان دمیده بی میرجانه که فستیواله که.
Yeah, Nowruz at the same time is a festival.
و میناکه جبو سیاستی جبر کل کردستان نوروز هاتیه قدخه کرن گلک انسان جبو کو قدخه کرنن نوروزی پروتستو بکن جانه خوشوتاندن.
As a example to the political situation and the fire, for example, when in Turkey they forbidden to celebrate Nowruz, many people they just burn themselves to protest against all these forbiddens, everything. Yeah.
و هناك كسين كو سالين هشتيده لگرتگی آمده خوشوتاندن جبو برخوادان و سرهردانا تکوشینا کردان گل هیزه که پر مزندان میناک.
And at the same time, 80s, when in Turkish prisons, when there were thousands of Kurdish prisoners, they started to burn their bodies to protest everything happens in Kurdistan, and it was such it was such empowering for many people, because they saw that the people can do this to resistance, and yeah.
و یک جی دین کردا یا بری اسلامیتی زردشتیه ده زردشتیه ده اگر خودی جی کی پر گرینگه.
Yeah, again, one of the oldest Kurdish religions, Zoroastrianism, and the fire is very important and one of the holiest component of the religion.
اگر سمبولا روژه روژ سمبولا خدای.
Yeah, and the fire is a symbol for the sun, and the sun is actually a symbol of God, or its own a God actually.
چیه دراماتورژیا اگر؟
What's the dramaturgy of the fire?
دولت کردان تونه
Kurds don't have a state.
پروردهیا به کردی تونه یا لکردستانی؟
In Kurdistan, you cannot get. There is no education in Kurdish language.
مکان و صحنه این کردان یه مزن تنه نه.
There is no Kurdish like locations, places to make produce art.
دبستان و کنسرواتوار این کردان تنه نه کو پروردهیا هنری ببینیم.
Yeah, there is no places to get the education of art or the schools for anything.
تو تشتکی متونه چی هیه دسته مده؟
We don't have anything, and what do we have actually?
لاشی ما هیه، بهرین ما چند کلتوری ما هنه و آگره نوام هیه.
We have only our bodies, and we have our energy, we have our culture, we have our way of doing things, and we have this fire inside of us.
اره گاوا ام بهرین خوین دیوانی هیجا مقال کر و او آگره کو رفرانس ده چند کلتورا کرده و میتولوژیا کرده سیاستا کرده بگینن هف لیستیکوانه کی پر بهز پر به بهره درد که بقوله.
If we bring all this component to the Dîwan and we give this fire, this energy to this actor, and then we can make it possible to be very powerful actors and do very powerful work.
و او لیستیکوانه بهز همو بهرین خو دکاره به دکور به کostüm به جبو مکانین کو جبو شانوی هاتنه چیکرن در وجی دکاره پر باوی کی باندور چیروکین خو و بیجه بلاشه خو بدنگی خو بنفسه خو و بزانین خو.
Even if you don't have the nice spaces, places to make theater, you can bring this empowerment on stage with your body, with your voice, with your way of telling your own stories, and you can be very effectful on people.
دیوان پراتیکا شانوی سمبولا پراتیکا شانوی دورده و اگر زانینا مایه زانینا لیستیکوانی.
Then we can say Dîwan is the practical part of all this work, and fire is our knowledge, our actually the understanding of all these.
و دیگه سیده در پیشیا خواه کو بکاره چیروکین خواه و دبیجه او یک جی هم لهمبر شانویا درامایا روژاوایی یا سردست برخوادانه که هم جی decolonization.
Okay. At this point, it's important that we speak again about the diegesis, and we say that the Dîwan make it possible to resistance against the classical Western drama theater tradition and create a new way of telling our own stories, and it's also decolonization.
گلک سپاس جبو بشتر بنا و جبو داریا و مالیا و.
Thank you very much for your participating everything.
Thank you for your speech as well. We still have some time to discuss, and we have all the participants of the workshop here. So, is there anything that you maybe wanted to ask already while we are doing these workshops and you couldn't ask yet? Is there anything? I'm looking around. Yeah?
Yeah, last part we did the dance on the circle together. It was the Sema. Was it? The Sema? Yeah, some kind of.
اره یعنی همو وان خباتانا مش گووند و سما و دنگبیجی ورگرتن.
So yeah, it was actually a part of SEMA because I already said that I got all these activities from the Govan, SEMA, and the last one was yeah, and language.
واز
Yeah.
وانا parça dikim ji hevet qetînim û dikim rahênanî nû.
Okay, and I dispatched them actually. I got some techniques, some moves from them, so I just bring them together and use it all together.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
But I was wondering because, I mean, when you came to the group, you told me that, and maybe you should tell it, but I don't want to speak for you. But
No,
the reason why you're asking is also because you're interested to learn.
I like the new way that Metîn, it's Mîrza is doing his own style with the traditional Kurdish and the new way of theater of his own language and is translated to it. And that's why I'm more interested in the new way because I was growing up here. I'm a original Kurdish, which is assimilated. So I can't speak my own language, but I felt how much I missed it to listen to hear it. So during you had your speech right now, and that's why I'm so burning inside to get more of it and to do that work because it's so original for me and to bring it in a new way. And make it more interesting for me and for the next generation. That's why.
Ez ê bêjim erê were em ê bixatir lê ez nikarim ji kesekî re govend an jî sema an jî dengbêjî nîşan bidim.
Okay, if you say that I can come and be a part of this research, I will say welcome. It's gonna be so nice, but I have to say that I'm not a teacher for Dengbeji, Dîwan or Sema.
Okay, thank you so much.
But he's recycling, he's using some of these techniques in his own way, of course. And let's hope we can do more workshops. I saw some of these techniques that we learned also in the performance that you did here a few months ago, Anziehungskräfte, which was your performance. And I was just thinking, because do you really have to be inside it and be in the fire and move? Or can you also, because that's from the audience side, it becomes representation. You are looking at it from a distance. So how is this fire spreading if it's only between the performers? Or is it because of the context we are, maybe Germany, I don't know. How is it in the Kurdish region if you make a performance like this?
Ez bibêjim ku ew lîstik Anziehungskräfte ceribandinek bû li ser bêjin meriv çawa dikare bi rahênanên dîwanê lîstikekî çêke.
I have to say that play was actually just like a practice that we try to somehow search for how we can bring the component of Dîwan to on stage.
û me hêca tecrübe nekiriye ku lîstikvanên ku bi Kurdî diaxivin ji ber ku dengên Kurdî û dengên Almanî pir ji hev juda ne.
I have to tell this that we didn't experience yet to play a theater with all Kurdish speaker actors, and after that maybe we are gonna see how it's actually spreading this fire between the listeners, watchers, and the makers. So it's gonna be new experience, new for something new for us. And also I have to say, there is such a difference between the German language, for example, and Kurdish, because in Kurdish when you start to speak, you are actually using all the rhythmic parts of your body, and it's all about rhythm and voice. So let's see how it's gonna be in the future.
û tiştê dawî mesela agirê girêdayî ritüelê ye jî. Ez dixwazim mesela dîwaneke gava lîstikvan dilîze hinek em bêjin hinek hereket yan jî hinek deng bide bînera jî بينرجي تفل ويلي ستيكي ببا مبياجي هيد نجرمان دي تجربة نكريرة يعني.
Okay. Also, lastly, I have to say this that we didn't still try it, but we are gonna do maybe in the future, because in Dîwan normally teller has to, or teller normally gives the voice to the listener, and then this voice is as a connector, as a communication between the teller and listener. It creates a connection, a bridge between the people. So I will say that we are gonna also try this, of course, with the help of Kurdish language and these rhythmic parts of the body. And this creates a ritualistic atmosphere for because it actually comes in Dîwan. It's also a form of the worshipping and the being connecting at the same time.
The dengbêjî de hinek beş hene, beşên piçûk dengbêj dibêje hay jêre hawînî dibêjin. Gava dengbêj hawînî dike, hemû bînerjî pêre hawînî dikin û rezonansekê çêdike hay bi hev re jê.
So we call these guys, I'm not gonna of course translate this. We call this as havini. Havini means that when the dengbêj, when the teller start to make this voice, it's also a message to the listener to bring your voice on the stage, come with me. And then when the Mîrza did this voice, and then Aram started to give a voice to him.
Ez dixwazim vê yekê bînim ser dîwana şanûyî.
I want to also bring these two on the stage of theater.
But this requires some cultural memory as well, in the sense that people should understand the code, that they can be part of it, and they feel invited or hailed or whatever to respond. So
Nehev cihê ku bibe çandekê navbera her kesî de destpêkê de ji ber ku hinek lîstik hene ku diçin kî derê vê yekê dikin ez mînak dibêjim ji we ez ê tiştekî bixwazim.
Sorry.
I want to ask something from you.
I will want something from you guys.
Gava ez destê xwe nakim hûn wisa bikin.
When I just make my hand like this, you just do.
û bû 5 sala na cara ew ez li bonê mam ji bo me hekî li bonê mam.
For 5 years, oh no! For the first time, I stayed for 1 month in Bonn.
û paşê li bonê mam me hekî paşê hatim Kölnê û hema bêje 5 sala li Kölnê dijîm.
After that, after staying 1 month in Bonn, I came to the Köln.
great. Are there any other questions after this immersive experience? Yeah.
I actually have, as you made the sound and you replied to that, was that a word actually, or it's just a sound that you know that it sounds like that?
It's not a word, yeah.
Sound.
Just a sound. Just a sound.
Sound. û dengbêj ji bo ku hem dengê xwe kontrol bikin çê dikin. Carna wisa çawa bêjim akord çê dikin. Hem jî ji bo ku bîner yan jî guhdar tevlê rezonansê bibin çê dikin.
I mean, they do it actually to control their voice, to be prepared to starting to singing and also resonating everyone at the same time, and also taking the attention of the listener. Yeah.
All right. From my experience, when I listen dengbêj, actually, when I give my voice back, it actually feels the gap between, and give some seconds to him, take a breath, and then continue, and then stop,
Exactly.
and then next one, and then if somebody else wants, and then in between, actually people know where to add their voice, to feel the gap in between. That's it. And a rhythmic voice.
I just wanted to ask you one thing. We are also bodies from very different places. I'm Belgian, there's German, Kurdish, Brazilian, was it? Bolivian. Oh, I'm sorry, my brain is gone. So yeah, a lot of Kurdish people. But yeah, how does it lead to decolonization? This kind of practice, how can it actively, positively, lead to this decolonization? Because decolonization, yeah, there's a lot that needs to be covered. There's the decolonization of the Kurdish culture in Turkey, but there is also the decolonization of all these bodies that are in a Western idiom of dance, for instance. There are some dancers here. And how some of these modern dances are also borrowed from the East. Isadora Duncan, I think. You were talking about the solar plexus and these theories that were developed in America in the beginning of the 20th century, but actually stolen in a way. So how? Yeah, what is your feeling? What is your expectation?
شخوا باوی که اتوماتیک دبد دکولونیزه کرده میناکش با مقبوله یعنی زمان خوانده کریه الولاته که جدا مزن بویه ماتماتیکا لاشی خوانده کریه خبونه خوانده کریه جبوکو وگر خبونه ریک ودکه اف خبات اف یک.
Firstly, for example, if we speak about the people like Makbule, they are growing up in Germany and different places, so their way of moving and using their body is different than occurred from Kurdistan. And I think the activities and routines that we are using gives a way empowering to them to re-explore their body and how they use it actually.
Başeji listikvaniye ke yani jî dansvaniye ke xamali şxara yani deryavê dibîne û rêve dike ev xebat rêve dike ku lîstikvaniye ke xamalî şxara bibîne.
Yeah, and then this work gives a technique to this person to create an authentic and original way of moving and acting.
û şxa baweriye ki xamalî پیدا دکه کو دکاره ده هنرین پرفورماتیف یه هفچاخته جیو خواه بگیره.
This also gives this empowerment and this belief that this person can feel connected with his own culture and put this belief and this belonging on the stage of the theater. Modern theater, yeah.
Jibo kesin ne Kurd.
And for the foreigners, not Kurdish people.
Şuan bimin peyketina diyeges ise hareketeke bizaveke dijmetin gel.
For non-Kurds, I think for the first time, this diegesis and my searching for it is also a way of the decolonization, yeah, decolonization.
Jiberku dramaya klasik ya rojavai edi buye serdest lehemu cihane.
Because the classical drama of Western is right now, it's the powerful part and they have power, and so we are resisting against it.
Metinger gava çune Afrika'yı hemu malu waren wana veran kirne, çande veran kirne, u şanoya rojavai birnebir.
Yeah, when colonizers went to the Africa, for example, they just took everything from them, and when they bring it back to the Europe, they started to build up a culture and everything from it.
Amerika'ya Latin deheman revşedi.
Yeah, and like as the Latin America.
O Asya'ya Rojava'ya Asya bejim. Nafazım bejim Roşalatan navin. Heman revşedi.
And I don't want to say Middle East. I will say like the east of the Asia is also the same.
Yeah. Jilomajî mesela beriya 3 sala İngiliz hatine Kurdistanê jî û festivalên Kurda qedexe kirine.
And so likewise, for example, 100 years ago when the English people came to the Kurdistan, they just forbid the Nowruz, the festivals, Kurdish festivals.
û li gor lêkolînan piştî wê qedexeyê dramayê Rojavayê li Kurdistanê dest pê dike.
And for some researchers, they found out that after all these forbiddance, everything, the Western drama started in East actually.
Li hember vê dramayê parastına diye gesisi az bim tevgereke dijmetin gel.
I think this supporting of diocese and searching for it is also an act of resistance and decolonization.
Hani mesela parkura deve az bawaki kur bebejim yani.
I know it's such a deep issue and I have to make it really short.
Because you were talking about the piece of your Anziehungskräfte.
Yeah.
There, you showed it here in Berlin. So, were you working there with actors who are already familiar with these traditions and this way of working, or were you working with German actors or more dancers? What were the people you were working with?
Exile istikvani listiki levre hicran le Almanya'ya hatiye dünyaya o zamanı xanezane Kurde o malbata ve pere zazaki ne peyvine o çanda xwa dur mezin bu yele ve ansiyons khafte evji hewdaku ev tişteku dilaşe ve de hatiye ve şartın yani je hatına dizin bişun de helde.
One of the actors is Hijran. Actually, she grown up here. She was growing up here, and she doesn't speak her own mother tongue. And she also, when she participated all these activities and work, she started to disowning his own memories of her body and to use it. Yeah.
O dnava ne tane amşuns xefter dnava 4-5 salan de brasti tevgereke bezaveke brasti per dijmetinger de dele xwada و شیخ xwada avakir.
Tuj bo Hijran intuition. Okay.
Zakhım.
It's not also about this. Angstenskrafte, this play. It's also, if we speak about Hijran, she, for example, after that started to establishing such a discolonial belief and work on her body and on her mind. But the question, the first buku, the listikida, tani Kurd hebunan biyaniji hebun. Okay, there were also Kurds, non-Kurds.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, but
Maybe-
the Anziehungskräfte will be played in German.
Okay,
Yeah.
the language you were
The
working
language
with,
we
but
are
also
using
with the
was
technique.
German.
Okay.
But I think Armin, he could speak Kurdish. Yeah,
Sorani.
yeah, he could
Sorani.
speak Sorani.
So
And he
inter-
used Kurdish also.
Yeah, exactly. It was for me so interesting to see that. I mean, all these rhythms and voice were so much Kurdish,
Yeah.
and I really felt like very connected. But at the same time, because the audience and the people, they were mostly maybe not Kurdish speakers. So when they started to say some German words inside of the play, it was for me somehow like so much disturbing in a way. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, you cannot do this rhythm and then speak German.
Although we did a lot of yeah during the workshop, so that was very German, I think. Anyway, but now you have a whole new group of people to make a new performance with after this workshop.
And I wonder,
We have a whole Dîwan.
I wonder your experience. Maybe we can talk about a little bit outside.
Yeah, I think now is the time to have some more liquid, something to eat maybe
Yes.
outside.
Yeah.
And I really thank you for everything you gave and everything that you gave during the. You gave all your energy and your soul and your life for that specific time and place that we had. So thanks from the bottom of my heart.
Ez ji gelekî spasya te dikim, gelek spas û spasya Hotel Continental dikim û spasya hemû hevalên ku beşdarî workshopê bûne dikim û spasya te dikim. Mala we.
Yeah, I think you understand, right?
Yeah.
Thank
you.
you.